My predictions for match week 2 of the Premier League. First up, we're going to go for Aston Villa against Everton, and I'm going to go 2-0 to Villa. I just think that Everton are not the one, really. Now, despite Chelsea not doing that well against them, I feel like that was more Chelsea just sucking up front, being solid defensively. Everton not really offering that much, especially with the lack of forwards that they have right now. Gordon's basically playing striker. I think Aston Villa will have a bit too much for them, get a bit more chemistry going between those players this year, and see how they do. Next, Leicester up against Arsenal. Now, I wish that I could say something different here, but I think Arsenal are going to win 2-0. We went 2-0 up against Brentford at home and then bottled it, partially due to the subbing of Dewsbury Hall, which, Brendan, Arsenal look good, though. Gabby Jesus, I think, is going to run rings around our defence. I think we're in real trouble in this game, and I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. Next, we've got Brighton against Newcastle. Brighton were phenomenal against Manchester United, and so if they can bring out a performance like that against Newcastle, they're going to be perfectly fine here. Danny Welbeck, what a baller. What's going on? Like, is this the Arsenal Danny Welbeck from, like, 2014 or something? Bizarre. However, hey, if he's going to smash it, then hopefully he can keep doing that for Brighton's sake. I think that they're going to have too much for Newcastle here, and I think that it should be a comfortable victory for them. 3-1. Man City Bournemouth, I feel like there's not really that much to talk about here. Haaland getting off the mark with a brace, brilliant link-up with him. It feels like the City players actually realised that they can play a through ball to him after the Community Shield where they failed to do so. And yeah, he's just going to be phenomenal this season, isn't he? I think they're going to wipe the floor with Bournemouth. 4-0. Could be 7 or 8 though. Southampton v Leeds, I think, is a bit of a tricky one. Both teams having some okay moments in their opening games, but not being outrageously good. So I feel like a potential bit of a stalemate, but I don't like going with a bore draw, so I'll go 1-1. Wolves v Fulham. Now, if you were asking me to do this prediction a week ago, I probably would have put Wolves to win. However, based on their opening games, wow, Fulham. What a performance against Liverpool that was. Absolutely phenomenal. Mitrovic, I mean, proving the doubters wrong, including me, potentially. If he keeps it up, we'll see. But doing Van Dijk like that for the pen, oh, what a man. I think they're going to beat Wolves 3-1. Brentford v Man United. Now, Brentford, as I said previously, came back from 2 goals down against us in order to get a point away from home in that opening game, which is pretty good. Man United had a shocker. I think that it'll be a 1-week thing, though. And I feel like they're either going to start Ronaldo or Martial. I think Ronaldo's fully fit to go, so he's probably going to start, he's probably going to score, and then everyone will say, oh, he should have started last week. And then it'll go the next few games without scoring, and it'll be someone else's fault. Man United are in a pickle right now, and it's very hard to predict. However, I think that this game will be a good one for them, and I think they'll win 3-1. Forest v West Ham. I'm going to be quick with this one. I think West Ham are going to have a little bit too much for Forest to deal with. I think they're going to beat them away 2-1. And it's just hard to predict a clean sheet for either of these teams. And so that's why I've gone with that one. I think Chelsea are going to get slapped by Spurs 3-0 at home. They just weren't impressive the other day. Tottenham were. You didn't even have Son or Kane on the score sheet and they scored 4. Like, I'd be surprised. Like, the scoreline might be different, but I would probably, out of all of these predictions, be the most surprised if this is not the correct result, at least. I just think it's... surely, right? Liverpool v Palace. Obviously, Liverpool, not the best start with that Fulham game. However, maybe they just needed a match to properly find their feet again in the league. They're at Anfield. You'd think, right, they're instantly going to bounce back and this is going to be perfectly fine for them. So, simple as that, to be honest, this week, I think. Liverpool 3, Palace 1. And now that I am back, I'm no longer on holiday, I can actually do sort of a post-review of the match week once the final game is done on Monday night. So you will be seeing the results of my predictions and everything like that going forward, whereas you didn't last week. I will put last week's results in with the second week. So let me know your predictions down below, and let's enjoy another weekend of Premier League football. Goodbye. Let me know your predictions for the week in the comments.